What is good, spectacular people? This is SFC Spectacular, back on this mic to rock your body right. And I'm talking about Transformers tonight. I am the N2IC for all things entertaining on this channel. Welcome back. Glad to have you. Yet another video for my Gaming So Spectacular channel. You can also catch my other channel, which is SFC Spectacular. You see the name? Go to that channel and check out original videos. I don't stream there, trying to maintain my algorithm. But over here I do stream. I haven't figured out a schedule, but turn on your notifications. You can catch me. I usually try to do it in the morning time. I like to do a morning show, probably 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's why I try to be on, but look around that time frame. I'm not sure. But welcome back. I appreciate you. I thank you for having. If you are returning or you're a first-time viewer, welcome. I'm here to talk about Transformers. One of my passions, hobbies, you know, as they call them. And I want to talk about how I got into them before I started doing a long line of videos here. So on this channel, I decided I'm going to talk about Transformers, video games, streaming, and any other random subject in that, like that. And on my other channel, I'll probably do other stuff like skits or advice to young men, things like that. So I'm changing and moving and shaking. But before I get into how I fell in love with Transformers, I gotta go back in time a little bit to talk, or I guess before I bring you other videos on like character profiles and things of that nature, I guess I'll have to you know. But anyway, why do I love the Transformers? Well, when I was a kid, there was a lot of good properties out, right? A lot of good properties. But in 1984, I was about 7 or 8, something like that, somewhere around there. My birthday is late in the year, so that's why I say 7 or 8. And it was then that the Transformers came out. We now refer to as G1. Generation 1 ran from 1984 to 1990. Those toys were produced by Hasbro in America and Takara in Japan. Now, you can do the backstory and history of that. You can go look. Pretty sure they got all that good stuff for you. I found some stuff on some channels like Optimus Prime, The Basics by something McFeely. I forget the kid's name. But yeah, you can find a lot of information out there. That's what's playing in the background right now. The Basics on Optimus Prime by Chris McFeely, I think is his name. So yeah, the Transformers plot. What do we got to do about that? The Transformers plot is basically about two warring factions of sentient robots who come from the planet Cybertron. So that's for people who don't know, or maybe I know some chicks come here, what's Transformers? But they've been going on for years and years and years now. This series Transformers has reinvented itself time after time again. But G1 is really what speaks to me. Both sides are called Transformers, but they have distinct factions. The Autobots, who are usually heroic, and I say usually because they have alternate versions, and the Decepticons, who are evil. All right? They waged civil war for eons on their home planet Cybertron until they came to Earth, and that war has been going on for millions of years in the fictional world of the Transformers. When the cartoon came on, it was still the time of no internet. So kids used to gather on the playground or after school and talk about it, you know, well, maybe not after school because you was watching it. But, you know, you use that time to talk about the show, discuss it, watch it, things of that nature. Good versus evil back then was all you really needed to know. I mean, a lot of evil characters didn't need a reason to be evil. They just were, you know, I'm going to take over the world. I don't know what you're gonna do with the whole world, but that's what they were. You didn't need a motivation. You didn't need to feel good about the bad guy like they do today, like Thanos and all that. It was just good versus evil back then. And that was where there was He-Man, whether it was Thundercats or G.I. Joe. The villain didn't need a reason. He was just evil, and vice versa. Your good guys, only reason they needed was an evil guy. That's the only thing they needed to have, right? Was an evil guy to show up. So let's go a little bit deeper. So what kid wouldn't want his mind to be blown away after seeing a car change into a robot? I mean, these are things that, I mean, if I show a kid today one of these things, I'm pretty sure it would just blow their mind away, right? If I just held this thing up and just started transforming it, and that's the great thing about these things. Little boys, even little girls, to this day, this thing will still blow your mind. It stands the test of time, right? When those toys dropped in Xmas of 1984, it was so hard to find one. Only the coolest kids, we call them, used to have an Optimus Prime or a Jazz or Ironhide. You couldn't find any of these things. They were so popular, man. And I don't even know if kids still play with toys today, but that's how it was back in my day. You couldn't just go into a store. You had to go with your parents. There was public transportation, but back then kids just didn't jump up and leave their parents and go somewhere like they do today. And you didn't get money to just go buy a toy. Not in my hood, not from my mom. You just didn't get a toy. You had to convince your mom or dad to get you one, and those things were pricey for 1984 money. Real pricey, brother. And today they're even pricey. Most of these of mine are knockoffs, and these things are pricey. This one costs about $50, somewhere in there. But they're pricey, even today. I mean, I think they're worth it. The other Transformers, the only Transformer I had when I was a kid was Jazz, and I got him for Christmas. And unfortunately, he broke the same day I got him, and that's because my older brother got his hands on him and let's just say you need to follow instructions when you first get a Transformer. So he broke it and whatever, right? I moved on with my life, man. I was so sad. Whatever. But my favorite Decepticon is Starscream. I love him. I like Starscream, Megatron, and Soundwave. It's a hard choice between the three, but Starscream he's my favorite Decepticon. And favorite Autobot, Optimus Prime. Gotta be Optimus. I mean, who else would it be, man? He's like a father figure, and I remember when he died in the movie. Oh man, everybody was sad. Of course, I didn't see it when it came out, but everybody was sad, bro. Everybody was sad. Let me go back over here. So yeah, I think I was in my first year of the Army, which was 1995, when I actually saw the movie. And what happened was I didn't see the movie when I was a kid because brother had no money, moms had no money. The movie didn't release everywhere, and even though I lived in Miami, Florida, you just couldn't go see it. I remember my cousins went to see it. They had a blast, laughing and kiki. You know what it's like being a kid, and you're the only one that didn't see something. See, today you got YouTube, you got the DVD bootleg, man. You could see a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? But back then, if you missed it, you missed it. No DVR, none of that, buddy. You even know what a VHS is. Do you even know it? Anyway, moving on. But yeah, man, I didn't get to see the movie until I joined the Army. Saw it on VHS and finally was like, damn, Optimus. Saw Optimus go out for the first time. I'd heard about it, but yeah, it was still surreal. But I love that movie. I still love the 1986 movie to this day. Then I grew up. You get bills, went off to war, you get your own kids, etc., and you just kind of let toys and things of that nature go. But when you get a little older, like now, I'm in my 40s, you get to sit back, enjoy stuff. So I started to collect these bad boys a little bit more. I had some before. You can go on my other channel and see what they look like, or on my Instagram. The older ones I gave away to my little brother, and I started getting these new ones. Some of them this year, some of them I had already. Like Starscream is one of my oldest Transformers right now. I got him back in 2009. I think I got the Masterpiece version of him. 2009, 2004, something like that. But he's an older one. But you see, Masterpiece versions of the G1 toys still blow my mind. Still do to this day. And it's because when I was a kid, you saw the old G1 toy. You were like, yeah, it's so great. And then when you transform it, in the back of your mind, you kind of knew it was a shitty looking toy, but it was a toy. You played with it, you do what you do. But to see one of these bad boys now change into a robot that looks like it jumped straight off the screen, man, magnificent. I keep most of my Autobots in cars because they like, wow. You know what I mean? Impressive vehicles and licensed too. If you look back over yonder, I got the 1986 crew, or every robot I have from Autobot I have from 1986 crew on that shelf. And back over here, we got the Decepticons. Every Decepticon I have was in the movie. And that's because there aren't that many Decepticons. Go look at G1. I'll probably bring it up another time in the future, but there aren't that many Decepticons from G1. But all of them I have are on this shelf. From Starscream, the Thundercracker, to the Constructicons. They occupy that shelf right there. That's where they live. So, let me see. Imagination is a hell of a drug. That's what I can say. We did our best to make these crappy toys you know, the crappy looking ones. Like, look at this Optimus Prime. Look at that Optimus Prime. Oh, what is he? Right here? Look at that Optimus Prime, man. All these guns on him for no reason. Anyway, that's when Prime came back, though. Oh, man. Let me see. They're like Rubik's Cubes, though. That's what I always likened them to. Like, you can transform. Half the fun is just transform them to a car, robot, back, car. You know what I mean? You get to play with them like that. You don't have to vroom vroom or none of that shit. You can just, you know, relax and change them. It's fun to convert them to vehicle and back, like I said. I only collect the G1 Masterpiece line. They have to be, the Autobots have to be cars. I don't think I have one Autobot that's not a car. Oh, Grimlock. Grimlock is the only Autobot that's not a car that I have. And the Decepticons gotta be planes, or in the case of Megatron and Soundwave, you gotta be an object, you know? You gotta be a gun or something like that. But they have to fit the mold of what they were in G1. Only G1, only G1. Sorry, I'm a purist. Excuse me. I don't like to collect any police cars. No Prowl, no Cordon, even though I like Cordon. No Clamp Down. I don't know. I just got this thing against police cars. I just can't mess with police cars. Not in my collection. But hey, it's whatever. Maybe you like police cars. You may ask, why only G1? Because of the model. Robots in disguise, bro. This resembles a real car. This is a real car. It's a model at the what's it, Z240 Fairlady Nissan. Real car. Corvette. C3 Stingray. Right? Real car. When they got to later iterations, like, what is this? You've never seen a truck like this. You've never seen a truck like that. Wherever that thing is. You've never seen a truck like Optimus Prime right there. But hey, man. They made them, right? G2, they got loud colors and repaints. It was the same toys, but they repainted them in loud colors. And then they went to Beast Wars, and don't get me started on Beast Wars. A lot of my viewers, when I stream, like to give me shit about Beast Wars. I don't really like. I've learned to like Beast Wars, you know, a little bit, but not really. It's G1. I love G1, bro. It's got to be G1 because that's the model. Robots in disguise. You couldn't tell if you walked into this room and knew nothing about Transformers. You'd never know this little van, this unassuming van, turns into a full-fledged robot. And that's the beauty of it, bro. Robots in disguise, brother. Robots in disguise, brother. That's what I like about it. So that's why I like the Transformers. And on this channel, I saw somebody mention in one of the last video I did, like it was a Transformer mashup of the original cartoon I mixed some of these robots in with the cartoon, and it looked alright. It's a little cheesy, but you know, it was a little practice. So I saw a couple people liked it, so I think I'll do more Transformers stuff over here. Like I said, in the future, I'm gonna do Transformers here. I'm gonna talk about streaming here, and on my other channel, I'll talk about both places. And video games here. So I try to make that. I probably have this channel dedicated to talking about Transformers, streaming, and video games. All right, so if you like that stuff, check out the rest of my videos. Like, subscribe, but most importantly, share it with a friend. Leave some comments down below. Tell me if you want to see me cover something Transformers wise. I'll be happy to make, you know, some conversation and fill some requests. I mean, that's how you build a community and start things off, right? You start dialogue. So if you're new here or you're a returning viewer, just go ahead and drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. All right, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I got another video to do, but I always like doing these things and talking to you guys. So I'll catch up with you later. But until next time, remember, if you can't be good, be good at it. I'll see you later, guys. I'm out here. Peace.